To no one's surprise, or maybe some of you were, Tesla misses the first quarter deliveries. SBF gives his first interview from prison. Trump media is bleeding money and an expensive Cybertruck add-on that isn't what you'd expect. My name is Zunaid, that's Aaron Bree, and this is the Market Breakdown. I didn't know that you could have the luxury of giving an interview from prison, but apparently SBF, who got 25 years, gives his first interview while being locked up. He said, "I never thought what I was doing was illegal, but I tried to hold myself to a high standard, and I certainly didn't meet that standard." I think if you stole a bunch of money, you kind of knew that you were doing something illegal?
All right, well, hold on. We don't know. I mean, allegedly, we don't know what happened. All right,
He was sentenced to prison.
Yeah, but, you know, you got to let these things play out, right? Some people have been wrongfully imprisoned before, so, I mean, we don't know. I mean, it seems like, you know, there could be other things going on here with SBF.
Come on. There's no way. But long story short, though, he went on and continued to say, "It's most of what I think about each day." He's talking about what the things that he's done. He says, "I'm haunted every day by what was lost. I never intended to hurt anyone or take anyone's money." My man, if you press a few buttons and you take funds from one company to fund your other company that was doing shit, I think you meant to do
just
something
creative
illegal.
Accounting. That's all that is, Zunaid.
I really hope the IRS is listening and coming to get you, because that's crazy. But
all right, but okay, on the real though, being serious. All right, SBF, obviously bad dude, stole a lot of money. But I think basically anyone that leads one of these crypto companies is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to take people's hard-earned real cash that they can buy things with and sell them some, you know, like, okay, if people want to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, I get that. But, like, these exchanges that are selling, you know, Nancy Pelosi coin or Elizabeth Warren coin, that's basically all it is an asset that people are trying to get rich quick on.
Yeah.
I mean, all those people should be, I'm not saying in jail, but they should all get in trouble for that, because, like, you're selling made-up stuff for real people's real hard-earned dollars. So, you know, I mean, like, I think a lot of people in the crypto industry point at SBF and say, look, that's the problem in the industry. He's the bad guy, not us. When there's a lot of, you know, greed and stuff going around the industry that needs to be cleaned out.
But let's talk about Trump media. Reported losses of $58 million for 2023.
Oh, so, okay, now we're going to a non-controversial topic, Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, all right. The share price of Trump media closed 21.5% lower on Monday, especially after the losses that were reported of, again, approximately $58.2 million on revenue of just $4.1 million, all right? But the company is valued at $6.9 billion. And I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, future growth, baby.
How are you invested in Trump media?
No, God, no. I wouldn't even touch it. I wouldn't even trade it.
I mean, I'll trade it here and there. I know a lot of people have made money on it, but one stock to kind of keep an eye on is going to be Meta, which is hovering around the psychological number of $500. If it breaks that, we could see a rally back to all-time highs.
$500?
Yeah, Meta's at $500. The highs are approximately $512. All right, go and fact check me.
It's at $492.78.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I really wonder why you're even on this show. Can I just do the next one by myself?
No, all right, I'll stop.
Do you believe Meta in Q2 is going to break all-time highs, or do you think we pull back another 10% or so?
What's your Truth Social handle?
I don't have one.
Okay, good answer. I know. I've seen your posts on there. Well, I don't have an account on there.
No, that's Vivek Ramaswamy. That's the other Indian guy.
Oh, shoot. I get them mixed up. Meta, I mean, here's the thing, is Meta's been one of the best performing stocks of the last year. It's up 130%, more than 130% in the last year. Obviously, Meta went through a lot of cost-cutting measures. You know, when the market had the big downturn in 2022, and it was one of, like, the biggest turnaround stories. I mean, if you look at the long-term chart, it's basically like a V bottom from, you know, where we hit. And we got down to, I want to say, below $100 a share. So if you bought at the very bottom Meta stock, you're now up 5 times on your money. With that said, I think there's probably a lot of people in here, including institutional investors, that have made their money on Meta and will start ringing the register. I'm calling a top in Meta. I don't think we're going to go, if we pass 500, maybe. might get up to 510, might even get up to 520. But I don't think we're getting much higher than that. I think we'll probably see some sort of a sell-off, probably, I'll say, down to $452, and then the stock will turn back around there. I'll buy down there around $450.
All right, the analyst Aaron Bree says Meta to $452. Moving on to another stock that's been in the gutters lately, it's going to be Tesla. They went ahead and missed their Q1 delivery estimates, where they came in delivering approximately 387,000. Estimates were about 443,000. Production was a little bit lower, but almost in line. Overall, though, it's the first annual Q1 decline in deliveries since 2020, so since COVID. What do you do with Tesla? I mean, it's just been, what was it, the worst performing stock in the S&P 500 in the first quarter?
Yeah.
You're still selling here? You're not thinking of this as a buy the dip?
Yeah, I'll buy around 100 on Tesla. I think we're at like 160 right now, so if it goes down another, call it 40%, 35% down to 100.
See, here's how I know you're the guy who looks at other people's homework and pretend like it's your own, because you had Triple D on pre-market prep talk about the critical level of 160, and now it's your level to watch?
No. We're at 160 now, I think.
You're at 165.
Right. I'm saying I think it's going down to 100. That's your critical level, 100. I don't care what DDD
You think it really goes to 100?
It already did, like in the last 2 years, didn't it?
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying now, though.
Why not? I mean, it's like the writing's on the wall. You have the bad delivery number. All right, look at all these things, all these problems going on with Tesla right now.
Talk to me.
You have high interest rates making it more expensive to buy new cars. That's not just hurting Tesla. It's hurting all car companies. It's more expensive to buy a brand new Ford, more expensive to buy a brand new Rivian. But that's not good for Tesla. You have increased competition in some of its biggest markets, including China. I don't know if you saw, but BYD or Boyd, however you want to say it, put out an electric car that is $10,000, like cheap as hell.
Yeah.
And as a result, Tesla has been cutting the price of its cars to increase demand, and like all these things just not going well for the company, and you have it still trading at an incredibly high multiple compared to other competitors, other car companies out there. So if there's not as much growth and the valuation is still high, that means the stock has to come in more. I'm not saying it gets all the way down to 100. I think it will, but maybe it gets down to 120. Maybe it gets down to 110. But in my opinion, not financial advice, this is not the end. This is not the bottom in Tesla today.
Especially
at 165.
Especially when they are selling $3,000 Cybertruck tents. I mean, there's so much outrage about this thing. It was supposed to be this cool looking thing where if you want to go camping and you want to have a little bit of grill in the back, you can go ahead and utilize this tent. But it just looks like something I could have gotten at Walmart for $20. That's not even with the Black Friday sale. It just looks ridiculous. I mean, take a look at these pictures. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so is the first one what it was supposed to look like?
I mean, you tell me. Which one do you think looks better?
I don't think any of them really look that good. I mean, here's the thing: is I hate when people try to make camping like the most, like camping's supposed to be camping, right? Like I mean, maybe I would have said this right when they came out with tents, right? That you shouldn't be allowed to sleep in a tent. You got to like build your own fort and stuff. But like, if you're going camping, get out of your truck. You don't need a camper. You don't go put up a tent and camp. Make a little fire, cook some beans on the can, go fish, catch your own dinner. You don't need your truck for that. You don't need to set up the thing on there. So I'm not a fan of this. I mean, look, is it shocking to me that Tesla overpromised and underdelivered? No. I mean, the company has a very long history of doing that. Looking at the picture of this tent right now, I'm out on that though, Zunaid.
You and I know we both want to, make it rich quick. We are not really good in the stock market game with the options. By the way, I still think we should do a show where we go from 5,000 to 0 and see how quickly we can do that. But the Powerball jackpot rises to $1.09 billion after a 3-month-long losing streak, similar to you in the options world, continues for the Powerball jackpot. Are you going to go ahead and grab a winning ticket? By the way, this episode will premiere on Wednesday. Powell is going to talk. Are you going to go out and get some lottery tickets for the Powerball?
Yeah, I will. I mean, I'm not a big lottery player, but when I think it gets this big, there's no reason not to. And I'll make a pledge with you right now, Zunaid, that if I win...
You're such a liar.
If I win, Zunaid, I will give half my money to charity.
That was a lie.
Unless she's not working, then it'll go to Harmony.
And this is why I don't believe that you don't have an OnlyFans subscription. But March Madness, what a great game we saw yesterday with LSU taking on Iowa, the rematch of the championship last year. Clark goes off for 41 points, 12 dimes, 7 rebounds, 2 steals to take care of business against LSU. I love how much attention and hype March Madness in the women's aspect of basketball is getting. I mean, it gets some great games going on.
Yeah, it's funny with Caitlin Clark, like she's becoming such a polarizing figure. You'd think with how like great she's been for the game and everything, like most people would love her. She has a lot of haters out there. Which speaking of, who do you like more, Zunaid, Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark?
They both are so competitive. I think I like Clark's father, who just yells at her, right? Anytime she goes ahead and does something outrageous, her dad is still like, stop complaining, just play the game. And he's my favorite, but if I had to pick between those two, I mean, I think Reese might get like a 51 favoritism from me.
Oh, okay.
Clark might be 49.
There you go. I have to admit something, Zunaid.
I support you.
I got yesterday.
Ooh, did you bet the LSU +2?
No, I did not do that.
What
I
happened?
got because I saw a tweet, I believe it was from Overtime on Twitter or X.com, whatever you want to call it, and it said Caitlin Clark is out for tonight's game with an elbow injury, and then I like sent it to my friends and all this stuff, and they were like, LOL, it's April Fool's Day, and I was just like, oh man, like, because like, it's not really that funny of an April Fool's joke. Like, if you're going to do something, like, outlandish, like, just saying a player's out, like, yeah, she's played a whole basketball tournament. It's not inconceivable that she would have banged her elbow and gotten hurt and not played in the game, but I fell for it. I thought I was above it. I thought I was too smart for April Fool's jokes. Clearly not. I got. So if you're out there watching this and you run the Overtime account, I have nothing else to say other than you got me. So, you know, enjoy it while it lasts because it ain't going to happen again.
By the way, it'd be really funny if you believe that tweet and then you put the house on LSU.
I was about
+2.
to. I ask one of my buddies that works here, Jake Crandall. I'm not going to give away, you know, like his betting habits or anything, but he bet on Caitlin Clark to score 35 points, and I texted him. I said, she's not even playing tonight, dude, LOL. And then I was like, wait a second. All right, hold on. And then, because I was like, the line would be off the sportsbook if she really wasn't. He bet 35. She scored 41. And yeah, if you're watching this, Caitlin, my DMs are open.
Only if you win the Powerball, which let's talk about this real quick before we go.
No, if I win the Powerball, my DMs are closed because I'd be getting a lot of.
Caitlin Clark goes to the WNBA, I believe the average salary. I mean, sorry, you're right. Let me back up.
No,
here's why I said if. No, okay, fine. Let's keep it. Okay, keep it. Here's why I said if. Here's why I said if. If she goes to the WNBA, I believe the average salary is $70,000.
Because she's gonna go to the real NBA. The Pistons.
And the reason that I said if she goes is because you have Ice Cube, the head honcho at Big Three, that offered her $5 million to come play for the Big Three. That's the reason I said if, because I mean you're looking at going at a professional route and getting paid $70K, or you go to the Big Three and get paid millions of dollars.
Paid more than 70 in the WNBA.
Fine. What do you want to call it? $200,000?
I don't know. But what I was going to say is
there are college basketball players that make more through NIL deals than they do playing for the WNBA.
She already is. She's in.
That's my point. You're taking a pay grade hit.
Hold on. Hold on. Caitlin Clark, NIL money. So right now she got paid $3.1 million in the last year through NIL money. Do you think those endorsements go up or down once she goes to the professional level? Probably about the same, honestly. I mean,
let's say they go the same. Let's say she gets $3 million. She's getting $3 million through NIL. She gets $3 million at the WNBA. Let's say it goes to $4 million. Okay. She's already getting $5 million by playing with the Big Three. So you're already up $1 million, and your endorsements can possibly go up even more. So what I'm saying is, it's ridiculous that at a professional level, you don't make as much money as some other third-party league is able to offer you, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you could say the same thing about, you know, the PGA and LIV, that it's ridiculous that guys that go to the LIV make more than guys that are playing in PGA tournaments just because some rich guy, Ice Cube in this sense, or Saudi Arabia in the other sense, like, have money to back it. I think what you have to consider here is that people that get to Caitlin Clark's level at their craft they're not doing it for the money, right? They do it because they love the game. They do it because they have this competitive drive. And I'm not saying they don't like the money too. I'm not saying they don't also appreciate getting paid. But I don't think she was, 13 years old.
You love what you do, yeah? You love what you do, yes?
What would I do?
You love what you do here at Benzinga, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. If someone else went ahead and offered you twice the salary, you wouldn't go ahead and jump ship? What I'm saying is you would still be doing the same thing. You're still playing basketball, and you're making a shit ton of money.
She has a chance in the WNBA to cement herself as one of like the all-time great women's basketball players of all time, to go up against the Maya Moores and Sue Birds of the world, whatever it is. If she goes to the big three, all she's going to be looked at is a sellout. She took the $5 million paycheck. And by the way, would she be competing against men, right, in the big three? Like, that's probably going to be a lot harder competition for her, not what she's used to playing against women. So if she, like I said, I don't think her whole life dedicated to basketball has been predicated on, I'm going to make all this money, because there hasn't even been that much money in the sport to begin with. So she's had to have had a love for the game.
That's my point.
And so, if she wants, she's obviously passionate about basketball. If she wants to be viewed as one of the best of all time, she'll want to go to the NBA. She'll want to compete with the best women's basketball players in the world who play in the WNBA. So, I think at the end of the day, if you're making multiple millions of dollars a year, whether it's 3 or whether it's 5, you don't really have that much material change in your lifestyle, in what you can afford, in what you can do. So do I think she's going to care if she takes a slight pay cut to go to the WNBA and really chase her dreams versus just taking this paycheck? No, I think it's clear that she'd go make a bunch of money and get to play against the best competition and have a chance to cement her legacy as one of the best women's basketball players of all time.
We're solving the wrong problem. Let's find a way to grow the WNBA, which we have been doing, and pay these professionals their right, because no third party.
Well, honestly, I've talked to so many people now that have been watching the women's basketball tournament, and it's really like all thanks to her. I mean, and it's there have been other
Angel Reese and
Juju Watkins has been great too. I mean, there's a lot of great women's basketball players out there. I'm not trying to discount any of them, and there have been a lot of great ones in the past that probably more people should have been paying attention to, but for whatever reason, Clark has had an incredible career at Iowa and has really captured the attention of the whole nation. So, whether you love her or hate her, you have to admire the fact that what she's done for the game and growing it. So, yeah.
I could keep going on about this topic, but I'm going to go ahead and end it there. By the way, comment and let us know.
Hold on. Can you pause this for a sec? I got to answer this. Or, Zunaid, you can just do the rap. Hello? Hello?
Well, if you're wondering why I should get paid more than AB, it's because I'm ending the show properly and he's ordering some Wingstop because all he does is eat in the office. But let us know in the comment section. Are you buying Tesla? What do you think of Trump media? But more importantly, we want to do a show where I start off with $5,000 and see how quickly I can get it to zero. I really want to do that show. Comment if you'd be interested in that. My name is Zunaid. That's the useless Aaron Bree, and this is a Market Breakdown.